Welcome back once again, Spazites, to another Doomlings video review. Today, we have the Legends of Enderas Part 2. We're going to be doing the Techlings and the Mythlings. I know I said I was going to do Techlings and Treasures, but I looked at the Treasures. They're short, and there's not that big of a difference between all of these. So without further ado, this is our second batch of Techlings. The first one was put out in the original expansion, I believe. I'm not sure. I just went over them and I forgot. I think it was the Imaginary Ends had Deeplings, Moonlings, Glitterlings, and Fuselings, and Magical Merchants was the special. I don't have the box for that original expansion, but the original 5 expansion was had the Techlings in it. But anyway, here's more Techlings. We got 21 new traits, 3 dominance, 2 ages, and 1 catastrophe. Also, I didn't look close enough at this card. It says 9 traits, not 0. I thought that was weird that it said 0, but it said 9 traits. But anyway, let's go with our Techlings. Exploration of abandoned silos reveals ancient technological beings that once sculpted life on Enderas. After a report, these powerful techies have found new ways to modify and enhance themselves. Techlings use the attachment mechanic. The rules can be found on the back of this card. We recommend familiarizing yourself with the base game before adding these into your deck. I've already done that, so I'm not worried. Let's go ahead and put our Fuselings face down there, and then we will put the Techlings face down here as we do this. There's the rules for Techlings. Solar powered, attach value is equal to host's face value. Value is equal to host's face value. So when you attach this, and it is a dominant, to your card, this attaches to a card instead of being its own card. I don't know how that works with dominance. Again, that's probably down here on here somewhere. I don't see dominant on here. I'll have to check it out later at a later date. Anyway, this is a blue card, I think. Steam powered is a dominant. Let's see. Attach if host is blue, +1 to gene pool. Green, play another trait. Purple, play an action in your trait pile. Red, +2. That is a colorless. We got purple, simulated intelligence. At World's End, if you're tied to the highest trait pile count, if you're tied for the highest trait pile count, play another, otherwise discard, play another trait, otherwise discard 1 from your trait pile for each opponent with more traits than you. Okay, let's see. I'm going to zoom this in just a little bit. Not zoom out, but zoom in. Back propagation. Attach. Host's face value is now 2. At World's End, you may move this attachment to another trait in your trait pile. Interesting. Chrome. Blue. Just chrome. Blue. Smooth, shiny, and totally a choice. Okay. Cryonics. Attach when a trait enters your trait pile, you may attach cryonics to it. Host's face value is now 1. Speech recognition. Attach. Add the face value of 1 card in your hand that shares a color with the host. Interesting. Excluding dominance. Some green ones. Bionic leg. Cute. Attach. Host's face value is now 4. That's not bad. Biotech. Ooh, I like that. That one looks cool. He looks like a steampunk. The science of nurturing nature. Terrarium. Attach. +1 for each trait of the same face value as the host. Tinkerer. Let's see. When you attach a trait to Tinkerer, you may play another trait. Then we have some colorless here. Filament. Attach +3 for each dominant in your trait pile of the same color as the host. Junker. Draw a Techling from the discard pile. You may play it now. Bip Bwop. Cute. Oh, kidney. We got a new kidney with a foil hat. Value is equal to the number of kidneys in your trait pile, including this one. Lightweight. They all laughed at me when I said a hot bag would carry me across the sea in a magical sky basket. Oh, that's cute. A new swarm card. We are the new phone. What? We are the new phone. Value is equal to the number of swarm traits in all trait piles, including this one. Nice. Actuator. You may remove one attachment from your trait pile and attach it to a trait in your trait pile, excluding dominance. Null. What do you mean I have no value? Aw. Springy. Spraboing. Attach to a trait in any trait pile, then steal the host. Ooh. Cool. Transistor. Attach all opponents discard all cards from their hand that share a color with the host trait. Ooh. Kind of an orange card. I don't remember orange being a color. Corroded. Attach to a trait in any trait pile, then play another trait. Modular. You may remove one attachment from your trait pile and attach it to a trait in any trait pile, excluding dominance. Refurbished. Attached to, if host is purple, +2. Red, +3. If host is Techling, +1 for each card in hand. Nifty. Treads. Little guys in the middle. Ah! Attach. You may play another trait that shares a color with the host. Cool. And then we have our ages. Industrial Revolution. On your turn, if you play an attachment, you may play another trait. Age of Stability. You may stabilize to 5 immediately. And then a Catastrophe. Planned Obsolescence. -1 to the gene pool. Discard one from hand. Discard one from hand for each Techling in your trait pile. Then draw 1 for each card you discard. At World's End, discard 2 attachments in your trait pile. Cool. Okay. So that is the first half of the video. Now we are going to do Mythlings, but after a quick cut. So, yeah, stick with me, and I'll be right back. Now we have Mythlings. I had to go get a quick drink and blow my nose. I'm sorry. I'm fighting a lot of bad allergies. Anyway, here's our Mythlings. We got 21 traits, 3 dominance, 2 ages, 1 catastrophe. Scholars of bygone eras describe the time of the Mythlings, a time when all you needed were the simple things: a sharp sword, personal courage, petty curses, maybe a pet dragon. The Mythlings collection is filled with magical spells and mischievous tricks. Pay attention to the discard effects on cards with the sparkly new spell icon. Woo! And then here are your some Mythlings can be attached to host traits through magical binding cards with the attach mechanic. We'll have the attached symbol. Read the Techlings rule card for detailed information on attachments. Okay, cool. First of all, we got a Sorcerer. He's a dominant. At World's End, you may stabilize to 8. Ooh, that's pretty cool. Chronomancer. Another dominant. Play another trait. At World's End, take another turn. Cool. Summoner, another dominant. Discard up to 3 from your hand, then play 1 for each discarded card. Cool. I'm starting to think this is red, not orange. Maybe my lamp is... I might need a better light. I probably don't have a white enough light bulb. Enchanted, a blue. Attached, +3 if host is a Mythling. If Enchanted is discarded from hand, you may attach to a dominant. Ichor. Start of your turn, you may discard Ichor from your hand to draw 2. And it's got that fancy new symbol on it. Malicious. Choose an opponent. They discard 2 from their hand at random. Wicked. And then my intent is unjust and my heart is unpure. Cute. Ooh, we got a cool green card, Entangled. Start of your turn, you may discard Entangled from hand. If you do, discard 1 from hand, then draw 1. And it's got that little magical symbol again. Fizzled. a key component to the worst positions and best soft drinks. Worst potions and best soft drinks. Cute. Foresight. At any time, you may discard Foresight from your hand. Take a peek at the next age. Ooh. Spite. If Spite is discarded from your hand, you may play it in an opponent's trait pile. All players receive +1 to the gene pool. Vigilance. Discard 1 from your hand, then play its action. We got Cavalier, and that's the special Chrome card we got. Or holographic card, whatever you want to call it. But I really like that better. I wish they had done that background on this. Or on this. Anyway, Cavalier has nothing. It just says, any harm I cost is justified. Cursed. I broke a mirror under the witch's ladder last Friday the 13th. Oh no. If Cursed is discarded from a hand or trait pile, attach it to an opponent's trait. Ghostly. The ghost of the most. If Ghostly is discarded from hand, play it immediately. If discarded from trait pile, pass it to an opponent's hand. Warlocky. On your turn, you may discard Warlocky from your hand when you play a trait. If you do, play another trait of the same color. Cyclopean. I can't see at night. Okay. Dark Magic. On your turn, you may discard Dark Magic from hand when you play an effectless. If you do, play an action in any trait pile. That's cool. Let's see. Enraptured. If Enraptured is discarded from hand, you may steal a face value 1 from any opponent's trait pile. Ooh, a new kidney. Another new kidney. Value is equal to the number of kidneys in your trait pile, including this one. Another swarm. Cool. Let's see. Value is equal to the number of swarm traits in your trait pile, including this one. We're here for the seance. They're all dressed in ghost costumes. That's cute. Alchemical. If Alchemical is discarded from hand, announce it. Players resolve all effects, then opponents discard half their hand at random. Oh my. Incantor. If your hand is empty, you may draw 4 and then play another trait. Satirical. You may discard a Mythling from hand to play another trait. Then we got our age. We have Open Portals. Discard 2 from hand or 1 at random. If this effect empties your hand, draw 3. Cool. Age of the Last Dragons. Draw 3. Discard them or all other cards in your hand. And then our catastrophe is Discovery of Magic. -1 to the gene pool. Discard 3 from your hand and stabilize. Cannot discard Mythlings. World's End, if you hold any Mythlings, add their face value to your final score. Neat. Okay, cool. That is the end of the second video of our Legends of Enderas video reviews. Next time, we will be back for Doomlings and our new treasures. And yeah, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a comment, thumbs up, all that stuff down below. If you really like the video and you're not already, please subscribe. It's completely free for you to do and help me grow my channel. Yeah, all that having been said, until next time, as usual, be kind, happy hunting, and goodbye. Don't forget to wash your hands, and when you go out, please be safe. Bye. I'm hoping to try and start making more videos again. I've got lots of stuff backed up that I need to make videos with, so yeah, hopefully I can. I'm feeling like I'm getting out of my funk here. So yay, let's make some videos. Anyway, bye for now. See you next time. Bye.